Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Jesse B, J Bill, whatever you want to call me. I also go by asshole. That works a lot. A lot of the times, you'll get my attention that way. Or Dick River. But it's me, Jesse Biller. Just want to make a video and just want to thank all the people that have helped me 2017 to 2024 and even before that. Like, I was in a dark place when I was living at my dad's warehouse. He runs a trucking company. Uh, the ventilation there is shit. Like, no one's cleaned the air ducts, nothing. So it's like an old building, like hundreds of years old. And it's got a lot of dust in there. And that really messed up my nose. As you can tell, it's probably kind of blackened. But I got a deviated septum too, which is like, it's not straight. And it felt like it was so bad at there at times it like burned a hole in my nose. But I couldn't sleep there, so I would just basically bounce around, try to stay awake up all night till I just passed out. But it was really weird. Like, my dad wasn't letting me sleep in my car or outside. He wanted me to sleep inside because it was safer that way. Because SeaTac is not the best of areas. It's kind of like, well, I'll give you an example for one thing. There's this time where these like Africans used AK-47s to shoot through some guy's house, which happened not too long, like happened years ago. But like, if you're gonna shoot somebody up through their house, don't shoot AK-47s through somebody's house. Like, because the bullet will go through the house and into the next house and kill the person in the other house, which seemed to happen to this person that died, that just got in the way. I think he was in a different house and it just ripped him apart. So I don't know, if you're gonna go and put in work on somebody, I think you should use a shotgun so that shit catches on the walls and doesn't go through the walls and shoot the person in the next room or something like that. You know what I mean? If that's what your target is. But anyway, I digress. Um, yeah, I just want to talk to you a little bit about my experience breathing that shit in every night and waking up the next morning with a stuffed nose and pain, congestion, and like, it was painful. So I couldn't find a temporary solution to my problems, but I would smoke like cigarettes, like 2 packs a day, because I wasn't allowed to sleep outside. I couldn't sleep in my car, which is the only shelter I would have had from the rain. So me and my dog Molly, we suffered a lot of dust inhalation. And my dad slept there one night and he said he couldn't take it, like he couldn't do it again. So that's just to tell you how bad it was. Um, yeah, I was pretty crazy. I would stay up for like, I I tried to make a record one time. I stayed up for like 3 days and 4 nights, just staying up, and just, you get pretty crazy. You can get aggressive when you stay up that long. Um, Luckily, I didn't get aggressive or anything like that. I was just like, see random people in the parking garage and just like, it looked like they were trying to steal a car, or like there was a car that was there one night. But SeaTac is a crazy area. If you ever try to be homeless in SeaTac or Burien, I would not suggest doing that, because I've found better places to sleep outside overnight in like parts outside of Seattle, kind of north towards Bellevue. And like, there's woods and shit like that. There's like a bridge that I slept under for one night with just my jacket. And yeah, I I couldn't fall asleep in Burien because, like, for example, I was walking past the Denny's, right? and this guy started shaking this bag full of confetti, and it had this weird smell to it. It was like some kind of chemical smell to it. And by the way, that chemical smell is not just from the bag, it's from the cars too. The cars emit that like gas or whatever it is. So you'll just be like, get that bad smell in and it just makes you want to run or like get to a safe place. So I ran to the hospital, right? But I didn't stay there. I just left. I was like, this is going to cost a lot of money. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a bitch and just try to get into a psych ward or something like that. So I stayed out the whole night awake while I was in SeaTac because basically I thought someone was going to shoot me with a gun at my old house. So I just stayed at my workplace and I walked to Burien, and I work in SeaTac, so it's not that far of a walk, but it's good, like 4 or 5 miles, something like that. And yeah, someone came to my work and shot off a round when I was just walking on the street, and it made me so paranoid I thought they were going to come back to my house. And I wouldn't suggest you do this, but I was feeling kind of crazy and brave at the time, so I just like, fuck it, I'm going to do it, even though you're not supposed to. But I posted my address on Facebook publicly, and yeah, I had a lot of weird people come and drive by and stuff like that. There's this guy named Michael Dudley who killed 2 people. He's like a serial killer or something. He killed his tenants, and he drove by my house a couple times, and I remember talking to my neighbor, like, just at that moment, like, I'd rather have you on it, I'd rather have you have it than not have it, because he was going through some medical problems and stuff like that, and he used to carry, and, like, that's what I said, and then I walked back home, and it was just like, after I saw Michael Dudley, that's all I said, and I walked into the house, and he was driving a blue car. Actually, it was a brown car. Yeah, it was a brown car. And I actually have his address. It's not hard to find. If you recognize his car, you can go on Google Maps and just find his address. There's like stories and stuff like that that say like the block that it happened on. And so I got like photos of his house and shit, and he's got like a minivan and other stuff too, but he's in jail now, so I guess it doesn't matter. My car got stolen. I really don't want to talk about this and broadcast it to everyone, but I'm thinking about getting a different car. And the reason why I don't want to talk about that is because I don't want anyone to know where I'm going to be at, because I'm not planning on staying at this place. But I don't want people stealing my car again after I got it. So we're going to have my dad's going to put a fuel cutoff in the car. So like if someone tries to drive down the street, they'll only get down the street before it runs out of fuel. So yeah, first car I ever got stolen, the only car I ever had. Actually, I've driven a Subaru around for a little bit. I like Subarus. But yeah, sorry, I'm kind of going on a tangent about different things and stuff like that. I really don't know what the point of this video was. I just wanted to thank the people that helped me out with a lot of shit. Basically, since I was in SeaTac, I've been homeless. And now I have a home right now. And I'm living at a house, but I'm paying rent. So, yeah, I was homeless for a long time on the streets. And you see a lot of shit on the streets, especially at night. It's like someone flips a switch, and it just gets so much more dangerous at night. Even though it's the same amount of danger in the day, because more people are around, but you get those weirdos at night, I swear to God, man. They be doing all kinds of weird shit to you. Like, for example, I thought I had a friend and named Christian, but he poisoned me and stole my shit. And yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but I don't even know if he's behind the whole thing with me stealing my latest car or something like that, or if his friends did. But I know he was into that car parts kind of thing. Like, he had a bunch of car parts in the back of his trunk one time when I was with him. So it's just like, yeah, you got to be careful who you talk to these days. You can't like talk to any stranger you see on the street, even though that's kind of messed up to say that. But I kind of think of it like of how people do it in England. You know, they're very careful who they talk to. They usually don't talk to strangers and stuff like that, or people walking by. So that will keep you out of a lot of trouble. Yeah, just gonna wrap this up now. Just wanted to make a little vlog. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit on the street. That street life is crazy. I hate it. I don't want to be homeless again. Plus, now I have no car, so I would be really, really homeless. I'd be sleeping in a tent and shit, and God knows who might creep up on you in a tent. But I've met so many different people over the years just by being outside all the time, and people kind of wonder how I know what's going on sometimes, and I tell them. I'm like, I walk a lot. I walk a lot outside. I go on a lot of walks, and I see things. And sometimes I'll feel like, hey, this is important. I should put this on Facebook for people to see, because this seems kind of like something they might want to know. Or I just put my lessons of what I've learned so far, and I've learned a lot. I really don't want to do any more learning. But yeah, my dog Molly died back in, I can't even remember what, it's been like 2 years. So like 2021 basically. But she had a maid at the end of her life. She was living with my dad's family, my little sister Gabby, and his wife Tanya, and they treated her really well. They said a prayer for her before she went and stuff, and like made a prayer for her when she gets to heaven. And yeah, I just hope she's in heaven, having a good time, chasing frogs, playing with other dogs, going on walks, playing with my family. You know, my dead family, but I hope they're playing with my family. My dog Molly. Yeah, she was not around other dogs, but she was great around people. She was very territorial. She had a high prey drive. I'll tell you that much about her. Kind of a pit mix. So yeah, she was very loyal, and she did a good job protecting me from a lot of shit. I just wanted to thank you, Molly. I want to thank a few other people on here, but I don't want to mention their names because bad karma on the internet means bad reputation. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. If you know who you are, you know who you are. But I thank you, and God bless you, and God keep you, and stay up. All right, peace.